You mentioned something interesting there about central bank buying, and I wanted to touch on that as well. What's your take on this trend? I mean, last year we saw record levels of central bank buying gold. How does it reflect broader shifts in monetary policy in your mind?
Yeah, so we've seen three record years or three very high years for central bank gold buying, over 1,000 tons a year for the past 3 years, and we seem to be on track this year for that as well. I think it's over 220 tons bought in the first quarter, so there or thereabout on track for a similarly kind of elevated year for central bank gold buying. And then fast forward 20 years, and suddenly it's the opposite is true. Everybody's buying gold, and it's not confined to one particular group of countries who might share some characteristics. There is buying in Central and Eastern Europe, particularly countries where they operate their own currency, so they're outside the Eurozone, but they are in kind of Russia's vicinity. China's buying huge amounts, and the data coming out of China isn't always particularly reliable. So we don't know quite how much they're buying, and maybe they're buying more than they claim they are. You've then got countries who are the kind of traditional non-aligned countries. Some of the Middle Eastern countries like Qatar are buying gold because it's seen as a way to be able to trade with partners who may be cut off by international sanctions. So Russia was cut out of the SWIFT system, the international monetary system, if you like, when it invaded Ukraine, and it avoids some of those sanctions by using gold. And increasingly, I think there are countries who are worrying about not necessarily whether they will be sanctioned, but whether they will want to trade with somebody who's sanctioned in the future. And so what we're seeing for the first time since the introduction of the euro is gold is now the second biggest asset held by central banks. The dollar is still the biggest asset, but its share of central bank reserves is decreasing and has been for a number of years now. And they're not really buying euros or pounds or Swiss francs or Japanese yen, which are the traditional currencies you might expect them to buy. They can't make up a huge portion of anybody's central reserves. So they're looking to that neutral asset, that which is gold. And I think that's going to continue for a long time.